monitors around her bed screamed with red lights and desperate beeps. Billionaire heiress Alina Rivers, known for her power, beauty, and unshakable will, lay unconscious in a sterile hospital room as the world outside prayed and whispered. 100 doctors, each one the best in their field, had tried and failed to bring her back. Her body was alive, but her spirit seemed lost somewhere unreachable. And then, when all hope had vanished, a stranger walked in, an ordinary single dad with tired eyes and a warmth that didn't belong in a place like this. What he did next, no one could explain. Before we continue this heart-touching story, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness for more inspiring and emotional stories that warm your heart and restore your faith in humanity. The rain hadn't stopped for 3 days outside St. Clair Hospital. Paparazzi flooded the entrance, hungry for any update on Alina Rivers, the only daughter of the late industrial tycoon Arthur Rivers. Her private jet had crashed en route to a charity gala, and though her body was rescued from the wreckage, her consciousness wasn't. She had been in a coma for 47 days. Inside, the air smelled of antiseptic and grief. A team of world-renowned doctors from across continents had taken turns standing at her bedside, trying experimental treatments, neural stimulators, oxygen therapies. Nothing worked. Elena's mother had passed years ago. Her father's empire was now managed by board members who secretly debated her will. The only person who never left her side was her younger brother, Caleb, a quiet, anxious man in his 20s who kept whispering, "Please come back, Lena. Please." But that night, fate decided to intervene in a way no one could have imagined. In another corner of the same hospital, a janitor mopped the floor with quiet patience. His name was Daniel Brooks, a single father of a 7-year-old girl named Lily. He was a former paramedic who had left his job after a personal tragedy, the loss of his wife during childbirth. Since then, he had chosen a simpler life, one that revolved around raising his daughter and serving others in small, unseen ways. Daniel's eyes always carried a gentle sorrow, but his smile could still light up a room. He believed kindness was its own form of healing, one the world often forgot. That night, as he finished his shift, he overheard 2 nurses whispering outside the ICU. "They're saying even Dr. Marino gave up," one murmured. "If Alina Rivers doesn't wake up tonight, they'll start preparing for organ shutdown." Daniel froze. He didn't know Elena personally, but her charity had once saved his daughter's life. When Lily was 5, she had been diagnosed with a rare heart defect. Elena's foundation had paid for the surgery. Daniel never got to thank her. Now she was lying helpless, and something inside him refused to walk away. Against hospital policy, Daniel walked into her ICU room once the night shift had thinned out. The world around her seemed to hum in sterile silence. Machines blinked rhythmically, and a faint scent of lavender, her favorite perfume, still lingered in the air. He stepped closer, his heart pounding. "Miss Rivers," he whispered, unsure if she could hear. "You don't know me, but you helped save my daughter. You gave her a chance to live, and I think you need someone to remind you that your life matters too." Her face was pale, untouched by time or light. He placed his hand over hers. It was cold, fragile, lifeless. But in that moment something strange happened. The monitors flickered. The air felt heavier, charged with something unseen. Daniel didn't move. He closed his eyes and spoke softly, like a father comforting a child. "You've given so much to this world, Alina. But maybe you forgot how to receive love. It's okay to rest, but don't disappear. There's more waiting for you. People who still need your kindness." A single tear slipped from her eye. The nurse who entered seconds later gasped. Did you see that?" Daniel quickly stepped back, startled himself. "I didn't do anything," he said. But the nurse's trembling voice said otherwise. "Her pulse, it's getting stronger." By morning, the hospital was in chaos. Alina Rivers had opened her eyes. The doctors called it a medical miracle. Caleb ran through the hallways, shouting, laughing, crying all at once. The media broke the story within minutes. Alina Rivers wakes after 47 days in coma. Doctors baffled. No one mentioned Daniel. He'd left the ICU quietly before sunrise, returning to his janitor's closet as if nothing had happened. But when Alina asked weakly, "Who was here last night?" no one could answer her. She remembered only fragments. A deep voice speaking gently, a warmth holding her hand, a feeling of being loved without condition. For the first time in her life, she felt safe. 2 days turned into weeks. Alina slowly regained strength, relearning how to move, to walk, to live again. The world celebrated her recovery, but her heart remained restless. She felt incomplete, haunted by the voice that had pulled her back from the void. One morning, she asked her brother to find out who had been assigned to the ICU that night. After a day of digging through staff logs, Caleb returned with a name. Daniel Brooks, he said. A janitor. Elena's brow furrowed. A janitor. Yes, he's a single father. Used to be a medic, apparently. He's been working the night shifts for months. Something inside her stirred. A quiet gratitude mixed with disbelief. Bring him to me, she said. T2 Daniel entered her private suit nervously, holding his old cap in his hand. Lily had drawn a little "get well soon" card for her, crayon hearts and all. He felt out of place amidst the luxury, the polished marble, and the sunlight spilling through tall glass windows. Elena, now sitting up, looked fragile yet radiant. When their eyes met, time slowed. She saw in him the kind of peace she'd spent her whole life buying but never feeling. You were there, she said softly. Daniel nodded. Yes, Mum. I just wanted to say thank you. Your charity helped save my daughter. I didn't mean to break the rules that night. Tears glimmered in her eyes. You didn't break the rules, she said. You reminded me why I wanted to live. They began meeting often. Sometimes he'd bring Lily to visit, other times Alina would invite them for breakfast in the hospital garden. The billionaire and the janitor, two worlds that were never meant to cross, now shared quiet moments filled with laughter and healing. Alina discovered the magic of small things, listening to Lily's stories, watching Daniel fix a birdhouse outside her window, hearing him talk about hope like it was oxygen. He taught her that kindness didn't need wealth, it needed heart. And Daniel he found in Alina not the billionaire the world adored, but a woman rediscovering her soul. When Alina was discharged, she made a surprising announcement at her press conference. Standing before cameras and reporters, she smiled and said, "My recovery was not a miracle of science, it was a miracle of kindness. Sometimes the heart heals faster than the body, and love is the medicine we forget to prescribe." That moment went viral. People across the world began sharing their own stories of kindness and healing. Alina turned her foundation into a program called the Lily Project, named after Daniel's daughter, to fund medical treatments for children from struggling families. And as for her heart, it found its own quiet cure in the man who once mopped her hospital floor. Before we end this story, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to Whispers of Kindness, where true compassion, hope, and humanity come alive through every word. Years later, Elena and Daniel were seen walking hand in hand through a park as Lily ran ahead, her laughter filling the air. No press, no headlines. Just three souls who had healed each other in ways no medicine ever could. Sometimes the greatest miracles aren't born in operating rooms or research labs, but in the quiet courage of one person choosing to care when everyone else gives up. And maybe, just maybe, love itself is the most powerful healer of all.